Okay, let's talk about something we've all done. Something that is just so baffling. Self-sabotage. You know that feeling when you realize you're your own biggest obstacle? Well, in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain and really get into why we do this, and, more importantly, how we can stop. Seriously, have you ever been right there, right on the edge of something great? A promotion, a new relationship, a personal goal? And then somehow you trip yourself up right at the finish line? If you're nodding your head right now, you are definitely in the right place. So we're going to approach this like a detective story. This isn't some personal failing you have to feel guilty about. Nope. It's a mystery to be solved because these behaviors, they aren't random at all. And figuring them out is the key to everything. Self-sabotage can wear a lot of different masks. It can look like procrastinating on that one project you actually genuinely care about. Or it can be that intense perfectionism where you work and then just delete the whole thing. It can even look like picking a fight with your partner just when things are going great. But here's the big twist in our mystery. These aren't just you being lazy or making bad choices. They're actually a really weird, really misguided defense mechanism. It's your own mind trying to protect you. The big question is, protect you from what? Well, it's time to meet the source of all this so-called protection. It's this powerful internal voice that, believe me, every single one of us has. Let's give it a name. The inner critic. You know the voice. It's the one that whispers right when you're about to take a leap of faith. You're not good enough for this. Or maybe it's the one that just shuts you down before you even get started. Why even bother? You'll fail anyway. And sometimes it gets really personal, attacking the best parts of your life with fears like, careful, if they really knew you, they would leave. So let's just define it, plain and simple. The inner critic is that relentless, often kind of nasty, internal monologue that just chews away at your goals, your confidence, and your happiness. It is the engine that drives self-sabotage. But where in the world does this voice come from? I mean, we're not born with it, right? It's a learned behavior. It's a script that we pick up somewhere along the way. So let's take a look at how that script gets written. Okay, so it usually boils down to two main things. First, a lot of the time, it's basically an echo of criticism we heard from parents or teachers or other people growing up that we just sort of absorbed. And second, and this is the really wild part, it's a twisted attempt to control failure by causing it ourselves before anything or anyone else can. And this just shows you the total paradox at the heart of all this. See, the critic is powered by two fears that seem like opposites. On one hand, you have the fear of failure, which says, hey, if I don't even try, I can't possibly fail. But then you have the fear of success, which is just as strong, whispering, whoa, if I actually succeed, the expectations are going to be sky high, and the fall from up there will be so much worse. Either way you go, you end up in the exact same place, stuck. But here is the good news. You do not have to live like this. You don't have to be a victim to that voice. And listen, this isn't about trying to silence the critic. That's basically impossible. It's about changing your relationship with it. So let's get to the solution, a 3-step battle plan. The plan is actually pretty simple, but it is so powerful. First, we're going to identify and externalize that voice. Second, we're going to cross-examine its claims. And third, we're going to learn how to practice active self-compassion. All right, step 1, you're going to give your critic a name. I know, it might sound a little silly, but trust me, this works. Call it the judge or something even more ridiculous like Gertrude the Grumbler. When you do that, you create this tiny bit of distance. All of a sudden, it's not you thinking those awful things. Oh no, that's just Gertrude. At it again. Next up, step 2. We challenge that voice. See, your inner critic doesn't deal in facts. It deals in big, scary, emotional statements. So your job is to become a kind of compassionate detective and start looking for the actual evidence. So when the judge starts its monologue about how you're going to totally bomb that presentation, you just have to pause and ask, okay, what is the actual hard evidence that this thought is 100% true? And you immediately follow it up with this one. What's the evidence against it? Think about all the times you've prepared, the things you know, the successes you've had. You're literally building a case for yourself based on facts, not fear. And finally, this might be the most powerful question you can ask. What would I say to my best friend if they were in this exact same spot? I guarantee the answer will be full of kindness and support, not judgment. And that leads us perfectly into our final step, self-compassion. This isn't just some fluffy feel-good idea. It is an action. It's a conscious choice to treat yourself with the same support and empathy you would give to someone you love, no questions asked. So next time you mess up, instead of letting Gertrude the Grumbler have a field day, you can just try a simple phrase like this. This is hard, and I am struggling, but I am doing my best. It acknowledges the struggle without attacking who you are. So let's put this all together. When you understand where this critic comes from and you start using these tools, something amazing happens. You shift from being a victim of your own mind to becoming its architect. And that's really the big takeaway here. You can take back the controls. You do not have to listen to the terrible advice of your inner critic. You have the power to become the compassionate architect of your own life, building it not with perfection, but with persistence and a whole lot of kindness. Which leaves us with one last question, just for you. Knowing what you know now, what's one goal you've been putting off because of that voice? What is one brave step, even a small one, that you can take today? Not by ignoring that critical voice, but by taking that step right alongside it, as you choose to build the life you actually want.